What about this breaking news? Arsenal have just acquired themselves their first ever sporting director, because Edu, who was in place there already, he was technical director, has now become the club's first sporting director. It is promotion for the Brazilian Edu, and of course Arsenal flying high in the Premier League. What's your take on that?
Well, outstanding. I mean, and he thoroughly deserves that role. I'm not sure what that encompasses. I'm not sure what that takes away, because he seems to be doing a pretty good job as it is. Okay, there's been not all of the signings, Jim, have been to what everybody else would have liked, but when you see the progress, Arsenal sitting top of the table, 5 points clear before we go into this recess, I think he's done an amazing job. And I'm pretty pleased. I'm pleased for him. And he knows, Jim, the ideals that are needed at that football club as part of the huge success there in 2004. And that's going to be retained and built upon with the manager.
Is it good business by Arsenal? Well, all eyes are on the World Cup, Martin. They've just stolen a march and they've nailed him down into this position.
Yeah, but it's been well documented that they've been negotiating with him and discussing a future. And I think it's very important that they have that structure behind the manager. He's going to have a very busy period now as well if he's still in part of recruitment, Jim. That's the most important thing. Arsenal now can build upon that in the January window.
And of course, Martin, you know him. He's one of your former teammates. Did you ever see him in a position like this?
I always felt he was a very together individual, an outstanding player, slotted in seamlessly, Jim, into that. He was working in Brazil and then took a desire to go in at a higher level. So no, I'm not surprised at all. And I think he's starting to flourish now. I think at the beginning there might have been mistakes. I'm thinking of Pepe as a purchase. I'm not sure how much of that was about him or Ralston Larry. Let's say it was more Ralston Larry than him. But if you look at Martinelli and the signings that have since come in, Saliba has been absolutely different class. Now he's in the French national team. There's been a lot of successes, and Edu's name's right behind that.
Okay. Nice bit of business, isn't it, Simon? They've done well here, I would suggest, because Arsenal, as soon as we go back to domestic football and that side of the game, Arsenal want to carry on where they left off.
Yeah.
And now they've got a guy in a position who's done well in a certain position, but could even be more effective in this one.
Well, they've certainly spent money with him, and certainly they spent money in the last couple of years after the European Super League. They seemed to step up because the allegations were silent Stan. You know, the Arsenal Football Club was an arm's length subsidiary of one of his American businesses, and now he's back into the groove of seeing an opportunity, perhaps. Also, Mikel Arteta is, like a lot of things in football, success has many sons, and Edu will be sharing in the success of Arsenal's current position. And rightly so, because there'll be plenty of people to be blamed when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
So the job becomes more expansive, the opportunity becomes more engaging for him, but then so will the responsibility and the outcomes if he gets them wrong. Where we are is Arsenal are in good nick. Question will be is how long can they maintain it, and can they take it to the ultimate level?
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.